Hello, you're welcome to our channel today. This is Family Aspect and I'm your host. One more time, this is gonna be an amazing moment because I'm gonna be sharing with you why most married men are unfaithful. Remember, this is my honest opinion. I've come to discover why most many married men are unfaithful to their marriage. Now, there are so many things you want to bring into this discussion. There are so many arguments going on out there, why men are unfaithful, why many women are unfaithful, and all of that. But guess what? I want you to pay attention and listen to what I have to say about this, because this is my honest opinion. Every woman wants to know, they want to know without a shadow of doubt that her boyfriend, fiance, or husband is completely loyal to her in thoughts and deeds. They want it. This is what every woman wants. They want it. But why is it that most women are not getting these things that they want? This particular thing called faithful husband. Why is it so? I'm going to be right back in a minute and I'm going to share details with you. My honest opinion about this. I'll see you soon. You're welcome back. Yes, our subject today is why most married men are unfaithful. Now, like I said, this is my honest opinion, and I said before that every woman wants, what every woman really wants in life is a man, without a shadow of a doubt, a man or a boyfriend or a fiancé or a spouse who is completely loyal to her in thought and deed. And we all know that is a very powerful quality that a man should possess. Now, if a woman says that she wants a faithful man, what she really is asking for is a man who will not have an affair, or a man who will be completely loyal and committed to her for the rest of her life. She wants to trust him completely. But there are many complex issues that makes this unrealistic to most couples. You agree with me, all right? There are many. But you see, here's what I think. For a couple to stay faithful to each other, both of them must understand their needs of each other. I repeat that again. For a couple to stay faithful to each other, both of them must understand their needs of each other. Now, you may say, well, what do you mean their needs? Yes, N-E-E-D. N-E-E-D, needs. The main reason needs are often not met within the union of marriage is not selfish unwillingness to be considerate, but true ignorance of each other's needs. A lot of marriage are built today or are being started today without knowing or having the understanding that who they marry has specific needs, have specific expectation. So we assume we understand what they want. We assume we understand what they need, actually, not what they want, what they need. So we just carry on living with them without actually finding out from them what they really need. Now, in marriage, both couples want their needs met. We all understand that both couples have needs. You have your needs, your husband have your needs, have his own needs, and the understanding, the knowledge of that is what makes it even better for a successful relationship. Now, like I said before, in marriages today, both couples want their needs met, but rarely do they communicate those needs to their spouse, or take the time to know the needs of the other. So we don't really know our needs. We think we know. We just assume we know, but we really don't. You see, no one is taking time to find out, what does my wife want? Or what is the needs? What are the needs of my wife? What are the needs of my husband? How can I meet that needs? You get it now? So I found that many individuals try to learn to do without having their needs met in marriage. I found that there are so many couples today, they are just living in that relationship, learning every day just to do without their specific needs. They have these needs because they have not summoned the courage to speak and talk to their partner what their expectation, their needs are in this marriage. So they just leave without doing anything about it. So they try to leave without having their need met in the marriage. So they will rather do without than attempt to convey to their mates their true needs. And that is a huge problem and a big contributor as a factor to unfaithfulness in relationship. Now, listen to this. There is no greater fear on earth than to stand emotionally naked before the one you love most in life. There's no greater fear on earth for someone to emotionally stand naked before your spouse, before your partner. It's a greater fear. Many relationships are going through that fear today. The fearing that your spouse will laugh at you when you talk to them about your desire. The fearing that your spouse will refuse you to give you what you desperately wanted or what you desperately need. That fear is holding a lot of couples back, holding them in not to share or not to be emotionally naked before their spouse. That also is a contributing factor to unfaithfulness. Now, this is one of the major problems most men are facing. Most men are unfaithful today because of this. They are afraid. They are not emotionally naked before their spouse, their wife. So they are fearing that when they share what they intend, what they expect, what they desire in the marriage, they will not get it. They will be rejected, or they will be laughed at. Or worse to be, is that they will be desperately rejected. They will be highly rejected. Many men today are now experiencing this problem because their spouse, their wives, actually rejects them when they made their offer, when they told their wife that this is what I really need, this is my greatest desire and need in this marriage. So the wife talks it down, looked down on it, never took that thing seriously, or to be on the worst side, they were completely rejected. So, for example, let me give you an example. A man who, now this is realistic, this is serious, this is real. A man who lists sexual fulfillment as one of his needs, and whose wife fulfilled these needs, he will make his wife a source, and he makes his wife a source, a continuous source of intense pleasure sexually. His love for her will grow stronger and stronger. I've come to understand that. Remember this, I said, these are my opinions, these are my research findings, these are the things I've seen work for many, many couples. If a man lists that, hey, honey, my desire in this marriage, my greatest desire in this marriage is our sexual life to be really, really great. I want our sexual life to be really fulfilling. I want you to focus on that. and he leaves that need. And the wife, who is smart and intelligent and wise, decide to meet that need and say, you know what, this is what my husband wanted, and I'm going to meet that need. And she does it and fulfill that need. What will happen is the man will automatically make her the continuous source of that intense pleasure sexually. You need to understand that. And two, what will gradually follow is an intense growth for love. Intense growth. The love for her, the love that the man will have for her will grow intensely. It will grow stronger and stronger. And nothing, that bond will become very difficult to break through. But however, if this need is not met, he begins to associate her with frustration. And that has happened in many marriages. Many men are frustrated because this particular need has not been met. Women, most of the wives, have never thought how important this need is to their husband. So they just let it slide. So the man feels, and now he's frustrated. You are being associated now with frustration by the man. Eventually, he will decide, you know what? She doesn't like sex. I don't think she will like sex. You see, there's a programming now gradually taking place. Oh, I don't think she likes sex. I don't think she likes intimacy. I don't think she's really into intimacy. And then his mind within him, he start wondering, because his need is not met. What happens is his attention start going somewhere else. All right. One of these three things, listen, one of these three things would definitely happen. I want you to mark this. One of these three things. Number one, he would try to put up with it, or he would bear it for a while. You see, he would try to put up with it and bear it for a while until it becomes the norm. You know, when it becomes the normal way. That's why you find in marriages today, we have some couples who have not had sexual intimacy for months, years. They'll talk about 2 years, 3 years, never had sexual intimacy with their spouse, because it has become the norm. The man has tried to put up with it for the sake of peace, for the sake of not being laughed at, for the sake of harmony. He put up with it and bear it until it becomes the norm. How frustrating. And that leads to the second thing. The second thing is he will live sexually frustrated. He will live a sexually frustrated life for the rest of their marriage. For the rest of their marriage life, he will live sexually frustrated. And many men are living sexually frustrated right now as we speak, because that need has been rejected by the wife. That need, not like, oh, the wife rejected it completely. No. This is something that happens off and on. It's just like when you feel hungry, you want to eat, and then they say there's no food. You go hungry and you feel bad. And then again, you come tomorrow, you eat a bit, and next day you want to eat again, they say there's no food. There's always this off and on of granting that need, that sexual need that the man asks for. That's what I'm talking about here. The third thing that will happen is that he will be unfaithful. These three things, one of them will definitely happen if a man, your husband's sexual needs is not taken seriously. These three things would definitely happen. Except you want them to happen, except you want them to be the result of your marriage, then you can go ahead and do whatever and allow this to happen. Remember this, adultery does not occur overnight, okay? The man usually begins by conversing with a close female friend or someone at the office or a neighbor, you understand? Now, this conversation only friendship this conversation only friendship, then develop into a deeper relationship of trust and desire. One step at a time, the marriage is compromised by deeper feelings of trust and emotional dependence, you see. By deeper feelings, the marriage is compromised by deeper feelings for this third party, this lady that he was just, in quotes, being a friend with. Before long, if he does not stop himself, adultery will result. Remember what I said. If he does not stop himself, he may not have the capacity, the tenacity, the intelligence to stop himself. Not most men are able to stop themselves. But if he cannot stop himself, adultery will happen. That's exactly why many men are unfaithful. That's exactly what is going on in many marriages today. You may not agree with me, but this is my honest opinion. This is out of experience, research, findings. This is exactly what makes many men unfaithful. Now, before you get back at me and say, no, that's not true. Hold on a minute. When you buy a car, the car payment is the amount due. When you get married, brothers and sisters, sex is the payment of what is due. Therefore, the number one need of your husband and marriage, I repeat, the number one need of your husband and marriage is sex, intimacy, sex. You cannot deny that truth. Even God, who created man and woman, made it so compulsory for husband and wife. You cannot deny that. And if you deny that in your marriage, or you often turn it off and on as a switch boss the way you want, you're going to make the man not only being frustrated, you're going to be an object of frustration to him. Not only are you you become an object of frustration, he eventually will begin to see you as an anti-sexual person. You know what I mean now? And then before long, then you're giving him several options and decisions to start coming in that you would not want. All right? So you need to understand that this is so important. I understand. I know. Listen, I understand not every man who is unfaithful in his marriage has a wife who does not fulfill his sexual or emotional needs. I understand that. But these wives, these women, they are very few. Very few women has these qualities. Believe me. I said that again. Probably you didn't get it. I said I understand that not every man who is unfaithful in his marriage has a wife who does not fulfill his sexual or emotional needs. There are so many wives that they are out. They are committed without shadow of turning to make sure that their husband gets his sexual and emotional needs satisfied, even at their own discomfort. There are many women, there are women out there, but there are very few that has this quality. Very, very few. Most of them are very defensive. They want to let you know that, okay, it is you that is unfair, not them. Not trying to understand them. You get it? So that's one of the contributing factor. Another thing is, of course, I know many men are unfaithful due to the rise of pornography and the pornography today. Look at the internet. Look at what is going on the Instagram. Look at a lot of things that's going on the social media. All of these, you see a lot of women who are naked, exposing their privacy, their private parts on the internet without shame, or to gain men to start giving them money, and they call it OnlyFans something. They call it OnlyFans page. They open a fan page just to build, and people will subscribe, pay money every month just to be watching a naked woman. Think about how that is increasing in our day 2020, and also the casual attitude that we find that people put up for marriage today. Within the words, you see, understand something. This world is turning to something else. You have to be smart. You have to be very vigilant to understand what is going on in your world. Okay? These are the things. All of these things contribute to the decline of fidelity within marriage. So you need to understand that this is true. I understand what is going on. I understand how you're feeling. All right? Okay? But here's what I think, in my opinion. As a wife, you need to understand the warning signs of a frustrated partner. You need to recognize, many women don't recognize the warning signs of a husband being frustrated out of this denial. You see. Then when you find that out, maybe you think, oh, I don't know, I don't want this to happen. Then turn to the Lord, turn to God, and turn to the Lord is very important. He will make you all you can be within your marriage. It's so important. You want him to make you all you can be within your marriage commitment. It's so important. And then you must ask yourself as a wife, as a woman, ask yourself these questions. What are my husband's needs? You see. What am I doing to meet his needs? You see. What am I doing to create frustration in him? Am I creating frustration? Have I communicated to him what my sexual desires and needs are? Have you done that? What does the word of God say? What did God say about your sexual relationships? Then you ask yourself, how can I change and be a better wife, a better spouse to improve these things? Ask yourself these questions. And if you do, you'll be amazed. You'll be saving your marriage a great deal. You'll be saving your marriage a great deal. He that have ears, let him hear. That's all I have to say. He that have ears, let him hear. Now, watch out for our next series. I'm going to be coming up with our next series, understanding the needs of your husband and the needs of your wife. I'm going to talk about that. And then you discover that these things are very important that I'm talking about. This is one of the reasons, my honest opinion, one of the reasons why men are unfaithful to their wives. And guess what? If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? You need to hit the subscribe button right away, because if you don't hit the subscribe button, you might be missing out on many of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you along the line. So you need to subscribe now, and hit the like button also. Hit the like button and share and share and share. Thank you so much for watching and being part of this. Oh boy, I'm excited I've shared this with you. I believe you take it seriously and put it to work. So until our next series of teaching or advice that we may come with, stay happy in your marriage. Bye for now.